Welcome back, everyone. It is Monday, February 20th, and that means it is President's Day here in the United States. It's an official holiday, so banks are closed, no mail delivery. So a lot of people get the day off. Schools are off, at least for us here in Ohio. And I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of presidential stuff. So I'm going to do something kind of different today. I'm going to play some Geoguessr, and I found that they have a U.S. presidential birthplaces Geoguessr. So there's 500 plus locations. I'm not sure how that is. I guess there's multiple locations within the towns where different presidents were born. So I thought this might be a fun one to play. We'll probably play through it a few times just to see some different places that we're not familiar with, and give us a chance to talk a little bit about the history, talk about the places that these are happening. Moving allowed, no time limit. Yeah, that works. And I thought it'd be fun. So, Pete's Tavern. Let's take a look. Tavern O. Henry. This is definitely a city of some kind, not a small place. I don't think it's like New York City. Initially, when I first saw it, it looked like it is New York City. All right, so New York City itself, I think probably only Donald Trump was born in New York City. Maybe it was Franklin Roosevelt born in New York City. I know he was from New York, but I don't know about New York City. But obviously this is New York somewhere, so I think Donald Trump was from Queens. So we'll guess Queens. No, that picture was actually taken in Manhattan. So okay, let's see what we've got here. This is definitely a more tropical area, so most likely California, because we haven't any presidents from Florida. Let's take a look and see if we can get a little bit of a sense of what's going on over here. Well, no, I looked a little deeper and I see the sign here. It says Hawaii. So we're talking about Barack Obama, who was born in Honolulu. Please spare me all the birther stuff, man. This is what I don't understand about this, okay? The whole controversy about whether he was born in the United States or not when he was president was completely irrelevant because he was still born an American citizen. His mother was an American citizen. He could have been born on the moon and he still would have been eligible to be president. So I never understood that at all. Because if that's the case, then John McCain was also not eligible to be president. He was running against Obama because he was born, I think he was born in Panama. Ted Cruz was born in Canada, I think. All right, so yeah, we got that one. All right, what do we got here? Cubby's Old Market Grocery Store. Hyatt Place. We got a little hotel there. Trying to find something that helps us identify where this place is. That's Jackson Street. How about like a zip code? I mean, an area code or something on that advertisement. Nothing's going to help us there. How about this bus? That's probably a good way to... the bus disappeared when we moved. All right, look at this here. 402 area code. I'm not familiar with that area code, so that doesn't really help me. Midland University. Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. So who was born in Omaha? Let's see. Eisenhower's from Kansas. I can't think of any presidents who were born in Omaha. I gotta look this up. You know, as soon as I went off of it, something in the back of my brain told me Gerald Ford, even though we associate him with being from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He was, in fact, born in Omaha, Nebraska. Fun fact about Omaha, when you fly into the Omaha airport, and I've done that a few times, you actually drive through Iowa when you leave the airport because there's this little chunk right here of Iowa that's on the Nebraska side of the Missouri River. And when you're leaving the airport, like right here, you come down Abbott Drive, you go through that little chunk of Iowa, and there's a couple of hotels there before you go back into Nebraska. So yeah, Gerald Ford, born in Omaha, Nebraska. There's a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Another fun fact for you, right before I started dating my wife, I dated a girl named Ruth, and I always thought it would have been kind of weird to take her to a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse since it's named after our two names. All right, so we see Jefferson Social. This is Ohio. Cincinnati. Okay. All right, so this gets a little tricky because I don't think any presidents were born in Cincinnati. There are a few presidents born very near to Cincinnati. So Grant was born in a little town. I'm trying to find it here. Just outside of Cincinnati, and I guess that's probably about the closest that we're going to get there. So let's go. I see one of the stadiums, so we're real close to the river here. We'll go like right here. Oh, wait, was Taft? Taft was born in Cincinnati. That's right. Okay. Yeah, there's the Taft Museum of Art. Yeah, William Howard Taft was born in Cincinnati. All right, we got a little residential neighborhood here. Boy, this could be just about any town in America, couldn't it? So I don't know if we're going to get any kind of help as far as where this might be. I mean, it looks a lot like a lot of the places I've seen in western Ohio. So it could be like Hayes, Woodward Elementary. That doesn't help me a lot. Like, that's my gut reaction tells me something like where Hayes was born up in northwest Ohio, but I'm not entirely sure that's the case here. So I've been looking around a little bit. There is an Ohio Street and a Liberty Street. So that further kind of cements my feeling that this is Ohio somewhere. But it could just as easily be like New England. It could be a lot of different places. I'm not really seeing anything distinct. There's a speedway. That also kind of screams Ohio to me because we got a lot of those there. But I'm sure we're not the only ones that have speedways. Man, I got nothing. Can't really see the license plate. What's this right here? London Town, Chelsea Street. I'm trying to see the area code. Oh, they got the phone number covered up. I can't see it. All right, let's just guess something here. I'm going to be totally wrong. It's going to end up being New England or something, but I think Fremont. I want to say Fremont is where one of the presidents was born. No, it was Delaware. All right, Delaware, Ohio, yeah. Is that where Hayes was born? All right, what president was born? Delaware, Ohio. That is Hayes. So I was right about it being Hayes. I was wrong about the town. I knew it was western Ohio somewhere. All right, not bad, not bad. A little off on the one. Let's play that one again. All right, we're back to a city. These are always easier because it's inevitable you can find some kind of a landmark or something that tells you where you are. Or something that mentions the town. Blue Man Group. So this again is starting to scream to me the possibility of it being New York City. Brooklyn, New York. Okay, so we're back to I think we're back to probably, I don't know, we'll guess Queens, New York, or Brooklyn, something like that. Oh, that was Kips Bay. All right, so New York City again. All right, Wilmington, New Bern. Are we talking North Carolina here? Because those are both North Carolina town names. We've had a few presidents born in the Carolinas. What do we got here? Horses hauled granite for the Capitol over a railroad. So, is this Raleigh, North Carolina? In which case, I think maybe that's Andrew Johnson, I think, was born in Raleigh, North Carolina. Like I said, we've had a few presidents born in the Carolinas. Had to look it up because I didn't want to leave you hanging. It was Andrew Johnson, born in Raleigh, North Carolina. We're back to a warm location here. We've already had Hawaii. Doesn't mean it wouldn't be again because we know that there are multiple locations with some of these. But Magnolia Way. Yorba Linda. All right, that one's easy. That is Nixon. Nixon was born in Yorba Linda, California, which I know is in the LA area, but I'm trying to remember exactly where in the LA area it is. I want to say it's like on the south side of LA because I remember being near there when I was in I flew into, I spoke in Pomona, which is east of LA. Okay, so Yorba Linda is right here, just northeast of Anaheim. So that's where we're talking about Richard Nixon. There we go. 4991, not too bad. All right, we got Ohio. That's easy. Interstate 71, so that runs from the Cleveland area straight down through the heart of the state. Historic downtown, Ohio Wesleyan, Selby Stadium. Where's Ohio Wesleyan University? On 71. I'll have to look a little further here. Well, that didn't help me at all, did it? Let's go back this way. Branch Rickey Way. So Branch Rickey is from down around like southern Ohio, Portsmouth area, I think. I want to say he's from down that way. So that helps us a little bit. So I-71, here's I-71 right here. It's when you are traveling, like from where I live over here in the Youngstown area. You go out 76 to hit 71 on the other side of Akron, and then 71 is what you take to get down to Columbus and even Cincinnati. So Branch Rickey is going to be from down around this way. I'm wondering then if we're talking about, there's 36 and 37, so those are going to be more in the center of the state somewhere. You know, I think we're back in Delaware again. There's 36. There's 71 right there. So I think we're back in Delaware, Ohio once again. Yep, we were. All right, now we're in a field in the middle of freaking nowhere. This has got to be Eisenhower, right? He was born in Texas, I think. Boy, this looks like either that or it's like Iowa where Herbert Hoover was born. But I think Eisenhower was born in Texas, but then he grew up in Kansas. So it could be either one of those. I'm going to go with Texas. Oh, I was right state, totally wrong part of that. Lyndon Johnson. Yeah, okay. I haven't been to that part of Texas. I've been Amarillo and in the Panhandle. I've been in Dallas-Fort Worth. I've been in San Antonio, but that's it. Oh, and I've been in Lubbock as well. All right, let's do one more round of that. That's pretty fun. All right, it seems like every round opens up with what appears to be New York City. I'm not entirely sure why they do that, but that's definitely what it is. And that's 57 West 16th Street, and I don't know why I'm looking at Europe. So I don't know, we'll just guess around here somewhere. Hey, that was pretty darn close. All right, we're back in open territory here. Let's look at the name of this school. Charles City Public Schools. That's Virginia. That's one of our Virginia presidents. We've had quite a few presidents born in Virginia. So you're talking about George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, of course Woodrow Wilson, William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, and there's one more. Not thinking of who it is off the top of my head. I'm sure somebody will mention it. It's Zachary Taylor. You usually associate him with Kentucky. A lot of presidents, they're born in one place, but they're most associated with another, or they represent a different state later on. Look, so Barack Obama, born in Hawaii, senator from Illinois. Joe Biden, everybody associates him with Delaware, but he was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Ohio and Virginia kind of always fight this battle a little bit because both states kind of claim 8 presidents. There were 8 born in Virginia. There were 7 born in Ohio, but one of the ones born in Virginia is more associated with Ohio, William Henry Harrison. But then, of course, like Benjamin Harrison, he's born in Ohio, but he represents Indiana. So it just kind of works out that way. Charles City is Eastern Virginia somewhere, I think. Honestly, can't remember off the top of my head where it is. So I'm just going to guess somewhere just for the sake of time. All right, I was pretty close. It is down there in that panhandle between York and James Rivers. Okay. Small town. Oh my gosh. Small town, all right. This is Niles. It's 5 minutes from me. My mother-in-law lives there. My wife grew up in Niles. I know exactly where this is. William McKinley's birthplace. In fact, this is like literally his birthplace. That's the house right there that McKinley was born in. Route 46 is the road it sits on. The house I grew up in is on 46, about 3 miles south of this. So yeah, I know exactly where this is. 3 of my 4 grandparents grew up in Niles. The high school there is Niles McKinley High School. So, oh man, that would have been a nightmare if I would have gotten that one wrong. So here's Main Street. That's 46. As soon as you cross the Mahoning River, the McKinley birthplace is on the left side here. Right there. There it is. But this view is actually looking from behind it over here. Okay, another small town. Man, this is like a residential neighborhood. Not getting a lot of help here. Need to try and find some kind of distinguishing landmark. Chilton Park was the name of that street. Now we got Grove Street. I'm going to have to look around a little bit and see if I can find something. All right, here's some signs. Select Board. That's not the kind of thing we have in Ohio, so I think I can rule out Ohio. All right, so it's blurred out now, but I was been looking around trying to find something. There's a Maher Avenue there. I know there's a Maher Avenue in New York City, but this does not look New York City. We've only had 2 presidents born in New York City. It was Theodore Roosevelt and Donald Trump. But I don't think that's what this is. I know there are residential areas in New York City, but I don't think anything like this. There's got to be another town that has a Maher Avenue. So I'm really just kind of clueless on this one. Regina Campbell Malone, school committee. I don't know who has school committees. Like we have school boards in Ohio. And I know I keep mentioning Ohio, but we do have a lot of presidents. So I'm just kind of trying to narrow it down a little bit. All right, here we go. Town of Milton. Milton. Who's born in Milton? Is that Milton like Vermont? Because I know, who was it? Chester Arthur was born in Vermont, but I can't remember the name of the town. He was born like right on the Canadian border. Man, I have no idea. I'm just going to guess somewhere up here in New England, and then we'll see. Actually, it wasn't a bad guess. Milton, Massachusetts. Is that, that's not where Calvin Coolidge was born, is it? I'm looking to see if there's like a birthplace on the map here somewhere. Man, not a thing. All right, it was George H.W. Bush was born in Milton, Massachusetts. All right, cool. Speaking of Ohio, George H.W. Bush's roots are in Ohio. His wife, Barbara, has roots just across the border from me over here in the town of Sharpsville, Pennsylvania. There's a Pierce Mansion there, which is from her family. So that's kind of cool. I think George W. Bush was actually born in Connecticut, even though both men are really associated with Texas. So, all right, we'll do a couple more of these here. Garrett's Furniture. All right, we're at least getting a bunch of like signs and stuff here that I think will be helpful on this one. This looks like Midwest type of thing. Just from seeing a little bit of the area, I get Midwest vibes, but completely could be wrong about that. Who's that on this? It almost looked like Lincoln, but I'm not sure that it is Lincoln. Let's come around and look at some more things here. Lincoln Square, I mean, yeah, so we got to be talking about Abraham Lincoln, right? He was born in, is it Harrodsburg, Kentucky? I mean, this has got to be Kentucky. I'm trying to remember exactly where his birthplace is. I think it's like in this area in Kentucky. Hodgenville. Is it Hodgenville? Maybe that's where he's born. I feel like that's where it was. We're just going to guess that. I could be completely wrong. It was Hodgenville. Okay. So it's just up here on the north side is where that picture was taken. Awesome. Okay, we're going to do one more round. We're at about 20 minutes so far on the video, so I thought it'd be fun to do one more. We're back in a city somewhere. I'm trying to get a sense of what city this is. Definitely a sunny place. Doesn't mean it's... Okay, so that's Pacific something or other. I don't know if we're back in Yorba Linda, California again. Either that or Hawaii. That could be Honolulu. It's been so long since I've been there. Oh, Menehune Water Company? Yeah, that's got to be Honolulu. Oh, yeah, we're back in Honolulu again. It's been 20 years since I was there, so I don't really recognize it. But that's definitely where we are. How close was I? 940 yards. All right, I'll take that. All right, this looks like a place close to the water. For sure. Like, I think we've got the ocean right over here. I'm trying to get a sense of what ocean and what part of the country we're in. Let's look at a street sign here. Del Cerro Drive. That seems California-y to me. So, I don't know if we're back in Yorba Linda. That's got to be. I think we're getting some of the same cities again, just different locations within those cities. I'm going to guess that's where we are here. Could be wrong. Nope, it was. I was just 2 miles away. All right, now we got something different. We've got some hills. South Huntington Avenue. Let's look at the map of what we're seeing here. Oh, this is Virginia. Oh, no, Boston. So Boston, what part of Boston are we in? Because the area around Boston, I think that said South Boston. So we could be dealing with Kennedy, who I think was born in Brookline, Massachusetts. John Adams and John Quincy Adams were born in Quincy. And then, of course, we already talked about George H.W. Bush, so it could be any one of those four. But we're definitely dealing with some part of Boston. Beyond that, I'm just trying to get a... It doesn't look... Well, it could be Quincy. I've been to Quincy. I've never been to Brookline. Let's just take a look real quick at this sign and see if this helps us with anything. Hope Square. I'm going to guess it's Quincy. I don't know for sure that it is. Quincy's down here in the south part of Boston. We'll just go with that and see what happens. No, it was Brookline. Brookline's up here. Yeah. So this is where Kennedy was born, is in Brookline, Massachusetts, right over here. I think most of his family, like his parents, are buried there in that area somewhere. All right. We're back in... Well, that says Hawaiian. That doesn't necessarily mean this is Hawaii, but... Yeah, oh yeah, that's Hawaii. I see. I recognize these mountains back here. Boy, Honolulu seems to be a favorite. So we'll go with that again. I don't know where we want to go. Let's go, I don't know, like over here somewhere. Not a bad guess. 3.7 miles away. And the last one, we got a foggy area with not really much going on. We're in the middle of a highway that's in the middle of nowhere. How does that help me find a presidential birthplace? Let's try to get to something a little more recognizable. I've got some billboards up here. What's the billboard say? State Farm, Denise Brooks, 270 area code. Yeah, I don't recognize that. And there's what I was looking for. We found a little brown sign that says Abraham Lincoln Birthplace. So we are once again back in Hodgenville, Kentucky. This looks like the highway, so I'm going to have to guess that it's 65 here. Maybe coming in. Or no, that's not 65. Oh, yeah, there's an Interstate 65 is right there, but There's a state route right next to it. No, that was way over in here, Route 61 coming in. All right, not bad, not bad. Okay, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any requests for specific videos you'd like to see a reaction to, let me know. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, I do have a gaming channel and some other channels as well, VTH Extra, where I just put all kind of my non-historical, non-gaming stuff. I don't upload there very often, but behind the scenes from some of my trips, things like that. And I also have a podcast, so there are links in every video to all of those things in the description. I'm also going to throw up here on the screen a link to the playlist of all of my U.S. presidential history videos that I've done, so you can check some of those out. Thanks for watching.